say a special thanks for letting me go first, but I just had another commitment in Dungarvan this afternoon, so couldn't really get out of. I'm just going to speak. My name is Anne Sullivan, and I work for Waterford County Council as Education and Awareness Officer in the Environment section. Mary Houlihan, my colleague, she's going to be here this afternoon, so if there's any questions that were raised, or else if you have any other questions after my presentation, Mary will oblige and answer them, or else you can contact myself. Okay? Anyway, my involvement as Education and Awareness Officer was to get involved with the greening of festivals and events. And one festival that came to mind was the biggest festival really in County Waterford, which was the Festival of Food. And what I'm going to do is take you through the greening of the event. It's going to be a snapshot, lots of pictures, but it just gives you an idea of all the different involvements in order to try and green the event. But it's not easy, and we're still a long way off getting really good statistics. So what we did was use the logos here. So the Waterford County Council encourages you to be green at the West Waterford Festival of Food. Right, the background, obviously the Local Authority Prevention Network, which is LAPN, developed through here, the Education or the Environment Protection Agency, forms part of the National Waste Prevention Programme. This programme provides financial and technical support to local authorities to tackle the challenge of waste preservation. Local authorities form partnerships with local businesses, organisations and local communities. And I was fortunate in 2011 to join the LAPN in my capacity as Education and Awareness Officer, and it's been a fantastic programme. I've been working here with Odile, who's present in Wexford. And they've been a great help. So what is it about? This big green logo is their logo. And what it is preventing waste and saving money. That is it in a nutshell. Okay, so how does that pan out then? So I'm going to talk about the West Waterford Festival of Food, the green objectives, the benefits, implementation of the Be Green theme, and our lessons learned. The West Waterford Festival of Food is based in Dungarvan, sunny southeast, fabulous town. I don't know whether any of you have been there, but if you haven't, it's well worth a visit. Every April, they've been running now, this was the 6th year, and I started getting involved in 2011. And it attracts roughly, it's a 3-day festival event, and it attracts up to between 15 and 20,000 people over those 3 days can frequent it. But they have been very lucky and very fortunate over the last 6 years to have good weather. Even in the bad weather, you know, like over our last summers, we've always had lovely sunshine in April. So if you're ever thinking of a holiday, plan it around April and come to Dungarvan. Objectives, right? The objectives really are generic, really. To promote environmental awareness on greening festivals through involvement and working with, the first thing is really the Festival of Food Committee. If you get on board there, you're 50% there. Then obviously we always forget about the local council, how good they are in local events and in the town. So the town council operative workers, I can't sing their praises enough, because I could never have done it, because there's only one of me. So you really are depending on volunteers and support from the local communities, groups. And obviously, as well as that, don't forget Tidy Towns and all the different groups. They do amazing work, which a lot of people, unless you're involved in the work, don't realise. Then part of it then was to encourage businesses to reduce waste, water and increase energy efficiency through joining different little green hospitality program, which you're all familiar with. But another one that we've joined, we're one of 4 local authorities that are part of the EcoCert program. Now the EcoCert comes from Wexford, and it's a Wexford-based company, EconCertive. It's Phil Walker's his name, and what he does is it's a mini effort of, say, you know, the ISO 14001 or EMAS. EcoCert works on the same principles, but what it does is it's tailored for small businesses, because you can't afford ISOs, they're too expensive. So what Phil will do is he'd go in and he'd evaluate, you know, your water, your energy and your waste. Same as what Green Hospitality does, but it's a certification program, and it's backed by the Environment Protection Agency, and we're a partner to it with 4 other local authorities. And then obviously the Green Hospitality program, and we try and deal with all the catering businesses and all the businesses that are involved in the festival. Promote environmental awareness on greening through education programmes for children through schools and youth groups. I'll always try and piggyback on all the different groups that are around there, because it's so important to bring children in at a young age and get them into this greening concept. And then I'll use promotional outlets, like say for instance St. Patrick's Day Parade float. I'm going to show you how I use that in order to get it out there to the community. And then display green signage in all strategic areas in Dungarvan during the festival, using the newspapers, and have a great relationship with the press, so they're very good. And then we introduce a 3-tier system at the festival, waste segregation stations, very same as what we're still fortunate to have a waste collection service. So we mirrored that, and I'll show you that. A lot of my presentation from now will be pictures. Why go green and the benefits? The initiatives is aimed at venues and events associated with the Festival of Food, helping business in the area reduce waste and thereby reduce costs and promote County Waterford Dungarvan as a green destination. Reduced waste and management costs. And obviously then again another benefit is to meet legal obligations. Obviously if you apply to have a festival, why not do the legal route and go green, because really improve your litter control, improve costs, it makes sense and it's the right thing to do. Implementation, what did I do? As I said earlier there, I worked with the Chief Executive Officer of the Festival of Food Committee in September when it became part of the LAPN programme. And then presentations on the Be Green theme to all the commission members in the December 2011, and that's ongoing, because obviously they need to know what is this Be Green theme all about, what does greening festivals and events really mean. Education and awareness with the schools, and use my job as that because I already got the contacts with the different schools throughout the county. Ongoing awareness on greening programme through the newspaper articles and the local radio. Okay, then initiatives. These are my props that I decided to use. I was fortunate when you get a grant from the LAPN, you're able to buy tools that you can reuse over and over again. So I decided to get talking bins. I saw them in the UK and I thought they're just another idea, to get children into the theme. And what I did was use the Irish as well as the English, so I said, please, thank you for your litter, Gormila Matagot, and these little children were the voices behind it. St. Patrick's Day Parade float, there you go. That was one way of actually, getting it out there, getting the message across. And we all got involved in it as well. I might be the instigator of greening it, and I'm involved in it, but I'm also on the street. I do exactly what I preach, so what I felt was if we put the message out there in the March, it's a great timing, and the festival is in April, so it was a good platform to actually get a float, and we did win. Float. So that was more money towards the festival as well, which was great. There again you see there on the back, I like my potatoes. That's me, that's the pig. So I just got involved with it, you know what I mean? So we all dressed up as different food bits just had some characters in it. Right, the greens, and then what we had then as well is have green business seminars, which I talked about there earlier, is supported by the EPA, the hospitality programme. We had EcoCert, and also we did invites up to 60 businesses locally and encourage businesses to lay the foundation for Waterford to be the green destination. So we're in a way, you were telling them all about being green and what platforms they can actually learn, and which one would be the best for them if they wanted to do the green hospitality, if they wanted to have an EcoCert, depending on their businesses and where it was in the marketplace. How to support greening of the Waterford Festival of Food. Again, this was one of the things that they learned from it. Like how can you support it? They can either sign up to be the Green Festival Charter and become a Green Festival member, and I'll show you pictures of that in a minute. Hospitality businesses, they can achieve green certification, and also then you can go on the EcoCert award. And then we have all the information that was given to them on the day. So at least they were equipped to know exactly what greening was all about. The criteria for street traders. I sent this to all. This is why when you get involved in the festival and you can get involved with the Festival of Food Committee, it's important that you can actually just send it around to 120 stallholders. So all this was getting them to sign up to be green through the festival, and a lot of them did sign up, because a lot of them didn't understand what it was about. So that was my way of breaking it in. And then the Be Green Festival Charter again, that was to identify opportunities to reduce waste. But we can give you all of this or a copy of the presentation, because I know you can't probably see it all. Now, street creators, there's the Be Green members, they all signed up to it, so they had their stickers on their windows. One was pubs and the different ones, fast foods, all of them in the local area. All festival goers again were sent this through the media and on the radio. Never litter, recycle, reduce waste, travel smarter, be green, be water wise and buy local. Yeah, and thank them for their support before the festival. So encourage them to be green. And then these were the ways in which I got involved with the schools. Ready Chef Go, I brought the 3-tier system onto the stage, you can see there, whereby we're encouraging the children, 9 secondary schools took part in that, where there were celebrity chefs and they were to cook food made from local produce, and there was a competition. And I gave a Be Green award for them when they put the right things in the right bin, just to encourage them. And Make It Yourself mobile garden competition. Again, that was a primary one that I did with them to encourage them to make it yourself, grow it yourself, which was with seeds that they grow things from start to finish, and they had to make a mobile container. This was the stairs that they made, and they different schools participated. This is an old bed that they made. Again, you know, drunk, and they had shoes there. You can see football boots, half a football. Different things that they used just in order. It's all from recyclable material. And we involved Lombia, the horticulturists, to teach them about the seeds, and we had the GIY and the Festival of Food and ourselves. So it's a multi-agency approach with the children. There's another one again, you know, from sacks and different things, and even used their toys. And then they had fun as well, which is what it's all about. And there's all them, you know, when they were winning and stuff like that. There are other ones there. And we use it then as a launch for the opening of the Festival of Food. And then with the hopper bus, because Dungarvan is smart travel programme, so they came on board as well and had a free hopper bus, which means that people could park their cars outside and get on a free bus. Do the right thing, put it in the right bin, which is, again, when I said, was our 3-tier system, which was like our own refuse collection. The grey bin for general waste, brown bin for food waste, white bin for recycling bottles and cans. And these were all marked on the streets like this 3-tier system. And we had all these volunteers. You can see them there. And that was just through the LAPN. We have the generic stickers, which we're trying to make people aware on the streets. You know, it's all right segregating at home, but trying to mirror it on the street is difficult. We had volunteers from so many different groups, it was unreal. I mean, it takes a long time to get volunteers, but I had about 8 to 10 different groups that volunteered over 3 days, which is brilliant. And there's just a few of them, and I gave them some t-shirts and a few food vouchers just to encourage them. We also had a cardboard truck, because cardboard was noted the first year in 2011 when we greened it. The cardboard was left behind on the street, and it became, you know, it became all unusable. So we decided to have a cardboard truck, which means that and then the stall holders, when I sent them around, that they were able to use that. And then we did the Be Green Trader Award as well. We gave that to people, and we had the environmental inspectors go around secretly to see who were performing the best ones. So we started that in 2012. Right, outcome is very poor, but it just goes to show you, did all that work, but 520 kgs of waste from the food festival, 64 general waste, which is too high, but we are working on it. Obviously 57 then cardboard, 52 bottles and cans, and 46 food waste. I mean, my ambition in the end is that we have no general waste. But anyway. Feedback. Street traders need to use all compostable material if we can at all, or else that is totally recyclable. More bins are needed for the festival. Positive feedback about the 3-tier bin system, but the only thing is people still will put them in the wrong bin if you haven't got a volunteer. You know, it's just, they see a bin, at least they're putting it in the bin, not on the street. More awareness on recycling and waste segregation. Even though it's great, I just think that people just need to look at signage, you know, and look at where they're putting it in. But on the positive side, there wasn't one bit of litter on the street. So I always say thank you for that. Okay, thanks for listening.